Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. It's 1969, the year of Woodstock. Rock music saw a diverse landscape, including classic rock, psychedelia, punk, and the emergence of heavy metal and progressive rock. Woodstock symbolized the peak of the 1960s counterculture movement, promoting peace, love, and music. It became a representation of the anti-war movement and the youth's desire for social change. Today, we're going to take a ride back to 1969, where 10 legendary rock bands burst onto the stage, setting history ablaze with music that inked themselves in rock history, never to be forgotten. And I'll show you why, even after all these years, it still stands as the greatest year in rock music history. It wasn't just another chapter in music history, it was the moment when everything came together.
I think you'll understand. Good times, bad times, you know I had my share. When my woman left home, treat me the way you wanna do.
For those who were there, you remember. You remember when Zeppelin wasn't just a band, they were a movement. Their sound wasn't polished, it was alive, unpredictable, loud. And in 1969, they gave us two masterpieces in less than a year. Led Zeppelin 1 is Led Zeppelin's debut studio album. It was released on January 13th, 1969 in the United States, and on March 31st, 1969 in the United Kingdom. The album showcased the group's fusion of blues and rock, and their take on the emerging hard rock sound was immediately commercially successful in both the UK and US, reaching the top 10 on album charts.
I really mean it, girl. I've got to remember.
Led Zeppelin 2 is the band's second studio album, released on October 22nd, 1969 in the United States, and on October 31st, 1969 in the United Kingdom. The album exhibited the band's evolving musical style of blues-derived material and their guitar riff-based sound. It has been described as the band's heaviest album. Now it's time to relive those vinyl moments. Relax and enjoy while we play you preview tracks from the album.
Good times, bad times, you know I had my share. When my woman left home, baby, I don't wanna leave you. I have a bird that whistle. Don't know where you're going, only know just where you've been. Sweet little your time is gonna you down for a while. Little Robert Anthony wants to come and play. Whole lot of love. Yeah, you will be mad about taking our time. Every time I go away, I'll leave you, darling. Send me the blues straight down. Inspiration's what you are to me. It's been 10 years or maybe more since a nurse said I know you. The best years of living, loving. She left the warm at the school lights out in her age Cadillac. Time to ramble on.
Wait outside the pilgrim's door with insufficient scheme.
For those of you who remember the first time you heard this album, wasn't it like stepping into a dream? Not the kind where you dance under a disco ball, but the kind where you fly through space, watch kingdoms rise and fall, and listen to the stars hum. That was the power of King Crimson.
Rusty chains of prison moves are shattered by the sun.
In the Court of the Crimson King is the debut studio album by English progressive rock band King Crimson, released on October 10, 1969. Often regarded as the first true progressive rock album, it combined rock music influences with elements of jazz, classical, and symphonic music. In the Court of the Crimson King was King Crimson's most commercially successful album and is widely regarded as one of the greatest progressive rock albums of all time. Now it's time to relive those vinyl moments. Relax and enjoy while we play you preview tracks from the album.
I talk to the wind
upon the instruments.
lovely moonshine drifting in the echo.
I wait outside the pilgrim's door with insufficiency.
I must have played them all, but I ain't seen nothing like him in any amusement hall.
Tommy is the fourth studio album by the English rock band The Who, released on 19 May 1969.
Like start to make them follow the machine. In all numbers, always.
Written primarily by guitarist Pete Townsend, Tommy is a double album and an early rock opera that tells the story of the fictional Tommy Walker and his path to becoming a spiritual leader and messianic figure.
Tommy, Tommy, can you hear me?
Tommy wasn't just an album, it was an experience, a musical journey, and a defining moment for rock.
Tommy, Tommy.
Now it's time to relive those vinyl moments. Relax and enjoy while we play you preview tracks from the album.
It's a boy, Mrs. Walker, it's a boy. Why about the boy, he saw it all. You didn't hear.
He's dressed in a silver sparks glittering down, and his golden beard goes nearly down. Every time she stopped to shake in the dark, begin to talk. Waking up on Christmas morning, hours before the winter sun's ignited.
You have to believe lost it lives.
His head it shakes, his fingers clutch. Watch his body.
He's had a few too many.
Yes, I think it's all
tonight.
It's all right.
Do you think it's about your mother left me here to mind you? Now I'm doing what I want to.
He's a big ball wizard that has to be addressed. A big ball wizard's got joy. There's a doctor I found could cure the boy.
A doctor I found can cure the boy. Go to the mirror, boy. Go to the mirror.
Tommy, 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 can you hear me?
Do you hear or fear, or do I smash the mirror?
Pleasant shudders shake their senses for warm momentum. We're all wizard in the miracle cure. Extra, extra, read all about it.
She bit her nails, looking pretty as a picture right in the very front row. Then a DJ wearing and freedom taste of reality.
There's more at the door. There's more at the door. There's more at the door. I'm gonna be in the welcome you to Tommy's Holiday Campfire. We're not gonna take it. We're not gonna take it.
Someone we can lean on.
Let It Bleed is the 8th studio album by the English rock band The Rolling Stones, released on November 28, 1969 in the US and on December 5, 1969 in the UK. Released during the band's 1969 American tour, it is the follow-up to Beggar's Banquet in 1968, and, like that album, is a return to the group's more blues-oriented approach that was prominent in the pre-aftermath period of their career. Additional sounds on the album draw influence from gospel, country blues, and country rock. Let It Bleed wasn't smooth, it wasn't polished, but it was honest. It was the sound of a band and a world on the edge, finding beauty in the blues and truth in the noise. Now it's time to relive those vinyl moments. Relax and enjoy while we play you preview tracks from the album. Creedence Clearwater Revival in 1969? That was lightning in a bottle 3 times over. With Bayou Country, Green River, and Willie and the Poor Boys, CCR wasn't just busy. They were crafting the sound of the American South from a garage in California. Bayou Country was released on January 5th, 1969, and this was where the flood began. Bayou Country kicked off the year, opening with a swampy masterpiece, Born on the Bayou. 7 months later, just as Woodstock was changing music forever, Green River was released, a tighter, more polished album, and arguably their best. Then came Willie and the Poor Boys, just 3 months after Green River. This album felt like a celebration of working-class life, music on the corner, and voices that needed to be heard.
Early in the evening, about supper time, over by the courthouse, down on the corner, out in the street, Billy and the Poor Boys are playing. Rolling on the river, cleaning out the hit my road, still hanging to the tree.
3 albums, 1 year, 1 band. That's not just rare, it's legendary. In 1969, while the world was shifting under everyone's feet, Creedence Clearwater Revival gave us something steady, something real, gritty, honest music you could feel in your bones. Now it's time to relive those vinyl moments. Relax and enjoy while we play you preview tracks from the album.
You know I'd never midnight special. Shine a light on me. Who is burning if the tree? Everybody knows. Everybody knows. I wanna live with a cinnamon girl. I can be happy.
Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere is the second studio album by Canadian-American musician Neil Young, released in May 1969, together with backing band Crazy Horse. This album marked the beginning of Neil Young's solo career, a cornerstone of classic rock and roots music.
There's a woman that I like to get to know, living there.
Back then, Neil Young was the voice of outsiders. His music wasn't polished, it was imperfect, like the world itself. But that was the beauty of it. For many, this album was a revelation. It wasn't about fame or flash, it was about truth. And truth, as we know, is always timeless. Now it's time to relive those vinyl moments. Relax and enjoy while we play you preview tracks from the album.
I wanna live with a cinnamon girl. I can be happy. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Round and round and round we swim to down by the river. Day when you're on the losing end.
Soon these things are overcome and can.
Hello, cowgirl in the sand. Hello, cowgirl in the sand. It's getting to the point where I'm no fun. Only to trip at the sound of goodbye.
Crosby, Stills and Nash is the debut studio album by the folk rock supergroup Crosby, Stills and Nash, released on May 29, 1969. This album is one of the most iconic releases in rock history. Their unique blend of folk, rock, and harmony-defining sound was a hallmark of the late 60s, and it captured the hearts of a generation.
Three together.
1969. The world is changing at a breakneck pace. The Vietnam War is raging, and in the midst of it all, David Crosby, Stephen Stills, and Graham Nash decided to come together and form something new. A band that fused harmonies, guitar riffs, and the raw emotion of the time. The result? A sound that was as timeless as it was revolutionary. This wasn't just folk rock, it was something more. It was the sound of a generation seeking peace, while knowing the world wasn't always going to offer it. Now it's time to relive those vinyl moments. Relax and enjoy while we play you preview tracks from the album.
It's getting to the point where I'm no fun. But you know we're riding on the Marrakesh Express. They're taking me to Marrakesh. We live at Green Eye. You don't have to cry. I said cry, my baby. You don't run, the time approaches. Hotels and midnight. Talking about very free and easy. No, I'd like to stay here until every tear runs. Heartlessly helping himself to her bad dreams. Surely won't stand the light of day. No, and it feeling long. Mama's gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, scientists call this disease bromidrosis.
That's it,
Hot Rats is the second solo album by Frank Zappa, released in October 1969. Frank Vincent Zappa was an American guitarist, composer, and bandleader. In a career spanning more than 30 years, Zappa composed rock, pop, jazz, jazz fusion, orchestral, and musique concrète works. He also produced almost all of the 60-plus albums that he released with his band, the Mothers of Invention, and as a solo artist. It was Zappa's first recording project after the dissolution of the original lineup of the Mothers of Invention. 5 of the 6 songs are instrumental, while Willie the Pimp features vocals by Captain Beefheart. In his original sleeve notes, Zappa described the album as a movie for your ears.
By Tom Waits Restaurant.
Out through the night in the whispering breezes, the place where they keep.
Now it's time to relive those vinyl moments. Relax and enjoy while we play you preview tracks from the album.
I'm a little pimp with my hair gas bag. Hair candy pants with my shoes shine black.
The Stooges, the album that defined punk rock before anyone even knew what punk rock was. Released on August 5, 1969, the self-titled debut by the Stooges is raw and utterly chaotic. It was a complete departure from the more polished sounds of mainstream rock at the time, and it laid the groundwork for a whole new musical movement. The Stooges weren't just a band, they were a force of nature. Led by the iconic Iggy Pop, this band wasn't about finesse. It was about feeling. The Stooges were a chaotic, untamed force that didn't care about rules or conventional structure. They were about noise, energy, and raw emotion. With this album, the Stooges captured a rebellious spirit that would later define an entire musical movement. But in 1969, this sound was ahead of its time, unheard of in mainstream rock. It was visceral, stripped back, and brimming with the energy of the underground. Now it's time to relive those vinyl moments. Relax and enjoy while we play you preview tracks from the album.
Well, it's 1969, okay. Walk across, and now I wanna be your dog. Now I wanna, and I'll lay right down. No fun, my babe, no fun. I said we will have a real cool time tonight. She wants something tonight. You're the only real one, a real way to have some fun. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun.
Tell me why you cried and why you lied.
The Beatles, arguably the most iconic band in rock history. Abbey Road was the final studio album recorded by the Beatles and released on September 26, 1969. It's a masterwork of musical innovation, blending rock, pop, and experimental sounds into a tapestry that felt fresh, yet nostalgic.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you something.
It's the album that gave us the legendary Abbey Road album cover, the one with the Fab Four crossing the zebra crossing, an image that has since become an iconic symbol of the Beatles' lasting impact on culture. Listening to Abbey Road today still feels like an emotional experience. You're not just hearing the music, you're hearing the end of an era. The Beatles knew they were at a crossroads, and they poured all their energy into this album. Abbey Road is the sound of a band at the peak of their powers, coming together for one final hurrah, creating something that would forever be etched into rock history. Now it's time to relive those vinyl moments. Relax and enjoy while we play you preview tracks from the album.
Come together right now. Madison calls her on the phone.
Oh, darling, please believe.
Under the sea, in an octopus's garden, in the shade.
Want you so bad. I want you.
Here comes the sun. Doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun. Because the world, you never give me your money. Your sun king. Me and Mr. Mustard sleeps in the park, shapes in the dark.
Get a dose of it and gentle to kill. She's killing Dylan when she's at the deal. She came in through the bathroom window. Smiles awake you will carry that weight a long time.
Her Majesty's a pretty nice girl, but she changes from day to day.
So there you have it. 10 of the best rock bands and their albums to ever grace our rock history in the legendary year of 1969. Was this the best year for rock history? Or was there another year that could topple their crown? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video and nostalgic ride back into 1969, smash that like button and subscribe to this channel because we are going to preserve rock history forever. Until the next video, keep rocking.
You let me hold your hand.